Now, a massive flash flood in the Himalayan nation by the Nepal washed away villages and project sites in a region bordering Tibet. Nepali authorities warn of heavy casualties as they urge those living on the riverbanks to seek higher ground. The area of Syapru Besi and Timure in the mountainous district of Rasuwa was severely affected. Government officials said that while calling for extra vigilance by residents along the Bhote Koshi River. The Bhote Koshi River originates in Tibet and empties itself into Nepal's Trishuli River that eventually flows into India as the Gandak River. Nepal Prime Minister Balendra Shah has convened a high-level meeting to decide on necessary steps. Shah said that the army, armed police and the police have been deployed for rescue operations, while helicopters and additional ambulances and medical teams are being sent to the region. The government has alerted citizens via SMS to evacuate to safer areas. Nepal flash flood washes away villages' project sites near Tibet border. Nepal's Water Resources Ministry said hydroelectric projects were among the infrastructure damaged by the floods, along with roads and bridges. Electricity supply in the area has also been disrupted as a result of such damage, and last year's flood in the Bhote Koshi killed 9 people, with 24 missing, and washed away a friendship bridge linking Nepal and China to disrupt trade and transport for months. That flood was triggered by the draining of a supraglacial lake in Tibet. My colleague Verghese is joining me right now to get us more details. Verghese, what we're looking at on our screens right now is the massive flash flood that has hit Nepal, where several project sites has also been impacted, especially in the bordering area with Tibet. Take us through the rescue operation that is going on right now on ground.
Well, what we understand right now is that efforts are on to actually assess the kind of damage that has been there. There are reports that several infrastructure projects, especially hydroelectric plants that were there, have been washed away. Villages also have been washed away. It has happened in a very remote area as well. Now, this particular area is bordering the Tibetan region and is a mountainous region. It is the Rasuwa district as such, and here military helicopters from the Nepal army the armed forces have been deployed to look into the damage. What we understand is that the sudden flash floods have resulted in not only the water coming in, but it was kind of a semi-concrete kind of a situation that was there, after which it moved through the Timure region of the Rasuwa area, and several houses have been completely washed away. Now, the Nepalese authorities are saying that there could be heavy casualties, but as of now, they can't, in fact, get much details out because of the situation that has emerged. It will take time for them to establish contact as such. What they have done right now is survey the area to see what is the kind of damage that has been reported. Now, this particular incident has happened because of the drainage of a supraglacial lake in Tibetan region, is what they say. The sudden release of water into the Gandak River, as it's called when it passes through India, but in Nepal it is called as the Bhote Koshi River, and this river has had several projects on it, especially hydroelectric projects that were financed by Nepal as well as China, and those projects have in fact been completely washed away. We are yet to understand as to what is the extent of the damage that we are looking at, other than authorities saying that several hydroelectric projects, bridges have all been washed away, and this area has a population, especially the Rasuwa district, because of its remoteness, has a population of around 50,000 people, and most of them are congregated in these villages near the river, and therefore the fear is that these villages have been completely covered with the debris that's come from the higher reaches of the mountains, and as of now, efforts are on to get the rescue personnel first onto the ground, and that is why the only access point that they have is to deploy the military helicopters that is there with the Nepal Armed Forces to get the rescue personnel on the ground. Meanwhile, the local police are also trying their best to reach the spot to become the first responders as well, and they have also tried to move through the treacherous mountain passes to reach the place. So there are several efforts to reach the place first, but as of now, initial reports coming in saying that the situation is very critical in that region.
Absolutely, Verghese. But what we also given to understand that several hydroelectric projects were among the impacted projects by this particular flash flood, and even the electricity supply has been snapped in several areas. Now, while there has been a call given by the administration as far as evacuation is concerned, by when can we expect that things are going to normalize?
Well, it is going to be quite difficult as of now to give an estimated time with regard to when things can be normalized, because the first thing is that the administration efforts is to reach the place where this flash floods has in fact occurred. So one of their biggest challenges has been to get personnel onto the ground and to also to survey the kind of destruction that has happened. As I said, these flash floods have not been because of the normal rainfall, but it's this drainage of the superglacial lake that has occurred, which on the Tibet side from where the excess water that has come in has in fact moved the silt as well, and this has in fact had a semi-concrete kind of a situation where this flowing silt and water has completely flooded the lower reaches of the river. And as you mentioned, the hydroelectric projects were taking place here because it was considered as an ideal river for such huge projects that could be put in place because of the flow of the river as such from the upper reaches to the lower reaches in the Rasuwa district. So what happens is there are several points in which the water flow is convenient enough for setting up of hydroelectric power, and Nepal was expecting that these hydroelectric projects as well as these hydroelectric power stations would be in fact meeting with a significant amount of their requisite electrical needs or electricity supply. So these projects are also very critical that have been washed away, but the extent of the damage we do not know. All we know is that as of now, information that is trickling in is that there is information coming in that these hydroelectric projects have been washed away. We don't know the human casualties that are involved in it. There are several villages that are on the banks of this river that have also been inundated and hit by this flash floods. There are initial reports coming in that silt has covered an entire village, and the only access point to that village is through helicopters, and therefore helicopters are the ones that are in fact at the moment with people assessing the damages that are there, with them reporting to the people on the ground. So communication has become quite difficult, and it's all relied on the military communication and equipment to in fact relay information of the damage that has occurred. Meanwhile, authorities do say that there could be casualties. They're not ruling it out because of the intense flash flood they have in fact seen, and therefore as of now the first priority is to reach the ground to see what the situation is and how the rescue operations can in fact start.
Absolutely, Verghese. Thank you for getting us all those details. We shall leave it at that for the moment. Well, those are the dramatic shots that are on your screens right now, which goes on to show the wide-scale impact of the flash flood in the Himalayan nation of Nepal. Several villages have been washed away. The project sites have also been deeply impacted, especially the projects on the border area with Tibet. Now, of course, the Nepal administration has pressed all its army and police to carry out rescue operation, because the area of Syapru Besi and Timure in the mountainous district of Rasuwa have been severely impacted. Now, while we are talking about rescue operations, it's also important to let you know that there have been several people who have lost their lives. Around 9 people have been killed, while 24 have been missing. There was a friendship bridge linking Nepal and China that too has been washed away in these flash floods. Those are the visuals on your screens right now. While the rescue operation is underway, the administration has made it amply clear that they have pressed in the armed police, the police and the army to carry out the rescue operations with helicopters and additional ambulances and medical teams that have been sent to the region. The government has also alerted the citizens via SMS to evacuate to safer areas. But the difficulty lies in the fact that there are several hydroelectric projects and infrastructure that has been damaged by the floods, which also includes how there have been electricity lines that have been snapped. And this is going to take a while for the situation to stabilize as last year's flood in the Bhote Koshi had killed 9 people with 24 missing and washed away a friendship bridge linking Nepal and China to disrupt trade and transport for months. Now, that flood was triggered by the draining of a supraglacial lake in Tibet. But what we are getting you right now on your screens is the area of Syapru Besi and Timure in the mountainous district of Rasuwa that have been affected by the flash flood. The Bhote Koshi River originates in Tibet, remember, and it empties into Nepal's Trishuli River that eventually flows into India as the Gandak. But look at that visual on your screens right now. You can see the water gushing under the bridge. Several adjoining areas have been impacted and washed away. Several hydroelectric projects have also been impacted. Bridges have been washed away as well. Rescue operation is underway as Nepal flash flood washes away villages, project sites near the Tibet border.